Shalom, everyone. My name is Yosef. I want to talk about something very important. But before I do, I want to start with something different in order to put things in perspective. There's a very famous statement that save a life and you will save the world. I thought I knew what it meant. In fact, the Hiddush for me was very simple. You save somebody's life, they go on to live, they come up with a cure, or develop a technology that would be beneficial to the world. While it sounds nice and praiseworthy, it never occurred to me that the same person that's being saved also has a potential to bring something negative to the world. Where do we learn this from? Well, one example would be Micha, boy named Micha, who was saved by our teacher Moshe Rabbeinu. As a little boy, eventually went on to play a huge part in the sin of golden calf. Very serious sin that we're still trying to fix until today as a nation. But guys, we don't have to go that far. We can look at events at the events that happened in the past year. The animal, the monster that was responsible for October 7th was saved from a deadly disease by Israeli doctors. I have no doubt they thought they were doing a noble thing, a righteous thing, a logical thing. But nevertheless, we live with the consequences where a lot of people got killed, a lot of people got hurt, and many more are still hostages. May it be God's will they be released soon, alive. Very important. May they be released alive. Our Hachamim, they already answered this dilemma for us. You see, this particular statement, save a life, you will save the world, just like everything else, it also comes from our Torah. In Talmud Bavli, in Sanhedrin, page 37a, it actually says like this: anyone who sustains one soul from Jewish people, the verse ascribes him as if he sustained the entire world. Again, anyone who sustains one soul. The emphasis here is to save a soul, not the physical body, but the soul. Now, the best way, and actually the only way to save a soul is to show it the path to the truth, the path to the Creator that created that soul. Now, what happens when someone is shown the path and encouraged to follow the path? The person begins to transform themselves. They begin to work on their character traits. They work on the cleanliness of their speech, cleanliness of their appearances. Suddenly, the person wants to do good. Not good as a favor, where he can cash it in later. No. To do good because it's good to do good. Person began to imitate the creator of the world. Suddenly, the person wants to stay away from lies. The foul language is removed from the vocabulary. And in my opinion, the best thing that happens to the person they stop worrying about the worldly things, the worldly worries, so to speak. Who wins the elections? Who cares? We know who runs the world. Who brought Corona? We know who brought Corona. We take it as a lesson to improve ourselves so Corona doesn't happen again. And many other examples. But just these that I mentioned already make the world a better place. Now, just like any project in our house, we're looking for an expert. The business of saving souls requires an expert as well. In my opinion, Kvodo Rabbi Yaron Reuven is one of those experts. Now, he will be the first one to tell you that he is not the only Kiruv rabbi out there. But organization, Be'ezrat Hashem, that he created is definitely one of the kind. It always boggled my mind. Kvodo Rav that has a talent to make a lot of money, quit the stock business, and goes in all in into Torah, into studying and teaching Torah. Now, for us, logically, it would make sense. If someone has a talent, why not use the talent to make money, lots of money that organization needs, and then use that money to save as many people as possible. But as we delve more into the Torah, we understand possibly the thinking behind it. You cannot get cleaned in a dirty place. You cannot become holy in an unholy place. And if we actually think about it, and Kvodo Rav probably said it numerous times, he didn't quit the business. He just found a stock that's worth investing in. The only stock that's worth investing in. And the only stock that will pay dividends forever. Forever. There will be no end to those dividends. The best part about it, guys, it's the only stock that interests HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the one who holds the keys to all the money, to all the happiness, all the health, everything. Be'ezrat Hashem organization has only one mission: to save as many souls as possible. Whether you're from birth, or coming back to Hashem, or even if you're not a Jew, but you're looking for the truth, the organization has something for you. Especially, as I learned today, the new feature, AI Rabbi, is an amazing tool that would bring a lot of answers to a lot of people. I tried it quickly and I was impressed very much. In a minute, I'll tell you my miracle story, but I encourage everyone to go to bhrh.org or bhtorah.org and please donate to this huge campaign for the high holidays. The biggest campaign so far from this organization. Rest assured, the money always goes where it's supposed to go. But guys, as we always know, and for those who don't know, HaKadosh Baruch Hu does not need our money to feed his people. That tzedakah is for us, for those who can and do. Tzedakah saves lives. And my story actually deals with this point very much. On Rosh Chodesh Nisan, right before Pesach, first day of Nisan, my brother was scheduled to get a kidney transplant in one of the hospitals in New York. We came in the morning before the surgery. We met with the nurses and the doctors, and we asked the surgeon how long the surgery will last. He told us 6 hours. The first 2 hours would be to remove the kidney from the donor, and the rest of the time would be implanting into the new patient. In this case, it was my brother. Now, as he went to the surgery, I sent a text to my family to read Tehillim while the surgery is going on. Myself, I followed the advice of Kvod Rav not to waste time. And I sat there in the hospital, in the waiting area, and studied as much as I could. I had few books with me, and I studied. I wasn't even thinking about the surgery at all. I just want to make sure that the time was used properly. 2 hours later, a representative from Renewal came out and said that the kidney is removed from the first patient, and now they're working on your brother. Third hour passed, fourth hour passed, all of the 6 hours passed, and I don't hear anything. I began to worry. I called upstairs to ask what's going on. And the nurse says that the operation is over just now, and the doctor will call you soon. Now, those words in themselves already make someone very nervous, very worried. A few minutes later, the doctor calls me and tells me that the surgery was a success, but we cannot get his blood pressure up. So we're going to intubate him. Now, I'm not a doctor. I'm not a medical professional. But the words intubate somebody from the corona times sent shivers down my spine, because a lot of people who were intubated did not survive. A few months before the surgery, we lost our father, and I could not bear that I'm going to lose somebody else that soon. I texted Kvod Rav Yaron Reuven and asked him for advice what to do. His answer was very short. Tzedakah saves lives. I replied, I understood. I went on my phone, donated right away to the Pesach campaign, I believe at that time. And I went to the second floor, to the synagogue in the hospital. I stood in front of Aron HaKodesh, and I remembered the words that Kvod Rav always uses. The effort is from us. The success in the hands of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. I stood there for a few minutes, and I said that I've done everything that I could do on my end. I studied, I prayed, and I donated. The rest is in your hands. I went out. I told the nurse that I'm going home. If anything changes, call me. In the morning when I woke up, I called the hospital. I called the ICU, and the nurse said that my brother is not there. He's been moved, and she is going to connect me to the right place. Now, when the nurse picked up in a different place, on a different floor, I asked, how's my brother? She said, he's here. You want to talk to him? And my brother told me the two sentences that probably were the best sentence in my entire life at that time. I asked him, how you doing? He said, I'm doing great. I already walked around the nurse's station with someone. That was the first sentence. The second sentence, he said, I'm starving. Can you bring me some food? That was a clear miracle that tzedakah saves lives. And as I said it before, while we donating the money to feed someone or to save someone, it's actually a favor for ourselves. Favor from HaKadosh Baruch Hu. This is a huge campaign that's happening right now. And we're in the month of Elul. And the best way to get the good angels to defend us in the court of heaven and to get us be written in the book of life is to do kiruv, or to do or donate the money to save somebody else, to allow them to have honey on their Rosh Hashanah. With that being said, using my ability as a Kohen, I would like to send out a blessing to Kvod Rav Yaron Reuven and to his organization and to everyone who is listening. May it be Hashem's will that we are all written in a book of life. May it be Hashem's will that all the hostages will be saved and come back home alive as soon as possible. I want to wish everyone Haslacha Baracha, Shana Tova, Vametuka. Don't forget, bhrh.org, donate, and you will see the miracles. Kol Tov.
Rabotai Karim, Be'ezrat Hashem, this message finds you doing well and preparing for the big holidays of Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur. If you've learned Torah with us over the past decade, you've also learned that we hate lies, empty promises, and any statement without a source. So this year, we asked dozens of our donors to tell you themselves what they have received as a result of partnering with us and having us pray for them during this time of the year. And the conclusion you'll see, our donors received miracles. Cured from cancer, having a child after 10 years of marriage without kids, financial success and protection in impossible situations, finding a zivug, special siyata dishmaya in Torah learning, and countless other miracles that you could read and watch these special neshamot tell you themselves. After a decade of nearly 14,000 shiurei Torah, feeding hundreds of thousands of poor Jews, widows, and orphans in Eretz Yisrael, distributing nearly 250,000 books and 2 million USBs, CDs, and posters for free, setting up multiple kolos, Hashem has decided to continuously accept our prayers and blessings to help our donors get miracles. And this Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, we want even more of you to get your personalized blessings and miracles. By donating generously and becoming our partner, you'll have the opportunity to help us feed 10,000 poor Jews this holiday, be a partner in nearly 1,000 Avrichim learning the entire Shas in a single day, and even get a special blessing with your name in one of our new books coming out this year. Rabotai, our donors receive unbelievable miracles. Join us by donating and getting others to donate, and Be'ezrat Hashem, you too will receive and be part of the next miracle story.